Hello and welcome to the last leg of our journey. We were looking at horse properties, somewhere that we could call home, that would be a little bit in town, a little bit out of town, and we would be able to bring our ponies and our family and stay. Because all the places that we had been, we knew we weren't going to stay. Where could we go? What direction? What city? What town? We kept looking. And we kept looking and looking and looking. All those houses behind. I wanted to keep looking. I was bound and determined that we would find our place. And I wasn't going to settle for anything that I just couldn't see me or my family or my horses inside, outside, on those places, those tin barns. It just wasn't what I wanted. I did try Elizabeth again. Elizabeth is really beautiful out there. It is flat. It is kind of far out there, depending on where you go. So we tried something a little closer, a little bit west, Elizabeth, to the place I call the hay farm, or the home of many flies. Actually, the house was pretty cool. It was woods, had like 5-bedroom, 4-bath, kitchen, big kitchen downstairs, living room, family room, upstairs loft, master. The master had 1,000 flies. The refrigerators were full of rotten food. There was no man living there. I think he was not feeling very well. It had about 60 acres, I believe. More than half of that was a hay field. Looked like good grass hay. Had a tin barn with some stalls. We could make pens. Had a big shop that was locked. We couldn't go inside. The grounds would need a lot of tending. Pause it. I'm downstairs.
Wayne, I put you on speaker, everybody's listening. He said that they got 1,400 bales of hay this year.
Yeah, I see the builders building hay right now. We contemplated for a minute, but it just was too far. The drive was beautiful, and I do like country roads, but it was just too far. So we ventured more west to the Hot Rod House. The Hot Rod House was once again in Elizabeth. It was really nice. The house was really quite modern and cool and had lots of room. It did have an unfinished basement, which I wasn't too fond of.
Hot tub. I'm back
Had
here.
a square indoor arena, possibly you could lounge your horse in there. But riding in there, he was using it as a garage and a place to have his hot rod race car. Had a tin barn with some pens. Had about 30 acres of just whatever you wanted to put on it. So I did like the land. I just wasn't enthused for what we were looking for. So we moved on to the next house. those really cool lights. Takes them all to warm up. A beautiful view.
Oh, yeah. What is this guy doing? Look at that stuff. He's got a battery tube on it. Got a super engine. Mixed through all of it. He's got about $15,000, $20,000. That engine is $6,000. Okay?
Yeah.
And the frame is part of a real car, and then you got to do all the stuff in it for safety. Something you want to do is spend a bunch of money, and it is so expensive now. I fabricated this. Wow.
The house was a very interesting layout with a fireplace in the middle of the living room. The kitchen was actually, I mean, it seemed small, but then when you went in the back, that's where you had your laundry and some storage. So it did make it bigger. Had lots of bedrooms, it had a bar, it had storage space. The house was okay. It had a spiral staircase to go downstairs. It had a really nice barn. I did really like the barn. It had big stalls in the back where you could put your horse.
Dragging my dad with me. Let's go, Dad. Come on.
Feed. Maybe you could do their feet in there. Or in inclement weather, you could put them totally inside. On the other side of the barn were stalls with pens. And then a couple paddocks on the other side, and a small outdoor arena. No indoor arena. There was a large pasture. Possibly you could bale some hay off of it. It'd be really cool to go riding out there. It was quite an expensive property for what it was. It was really nice, but for a boarding type facility, I wasn't too sure. And for the price, we put it on the back burner. Just something to think about. Since I really liked the area of the Black Forest, I found a house out there. A huge house with storage rooms as big as bedrooms. It had a craft room, den, 2 fireplaces, living room, family room, big bar upstairs, downstairs, kitchen, all the things. It was a really nice remodeled house. It was right by some telephone wires, so I had brought my EMF detector to see how much energy was being output in that place. And it was off the charts. I call the barns cardboard barns, and there will be more as we see. The barns were tin and had made into wooden stalls that all the horses had chewed on. All these nooks and crannies that my horse would not fit. A horse like Miles possibly would, but a lot of these cardboard barns, I wouldn't put my horse into them because they're dangerous. You'd have to redo the whole flooring, take all the stalls out, and redo everything. There was a little indoor arena, just like the last one, a little bit longer and a skinnier build. Enough to lunge a horse, but this one was sinking into the ground and full of water. You go all the way around the edge of the place, and it was wet and soggy. It had a really nice setup cross-country course with jumps. Of course, we'd have to bring out our good old bush hog and just redo the whole ground. It had two really nice big paddocks. We'd have to do a lot of fencing work, but I didn't want to be by the telephone wires. And I didn't like the cardboard barns or the indoor arena. All of it would have to be redone. Some people aren't bothered by a lot of energy in their environment, but I am a little bit. I am a spiritual person who is affected by her environment quite a bit. So, we left that really cool property. It was really fun to look at. And went on to the next. Yeah, I'm sure. Since I had my EMF detector, I took it in this house as well. Now, some of these houses will have dead space, where this one on each side of the fireplace was a little room, a little nook and cranny, as I would call them. Kind of cool, but really you can't fit anything in there. You could put a desk, but you're like, looks like a cubicle. Very strange. The floors have been redone, but they weren't quite done as they were supposed to. The deck in the backyard was see-through and needed to be completely rebuilt. There was a barn outside with some old, dilapidated pens. It all would have to be redone, which is fine, but once again, a price that, for all that, and rolling hills of about 10 acres, it just wasn't quite what we were looking for. Empty space, you know? I mean, it's all right. It's more, today must be empty space day. There's a pellet stove. That's the heater room. Here's a nice bath. No shower door. Here's a nice bedroom with a fan and a big room. So, here, Meadow, here's your big room. And here's Canyon. Here's your little room. Oh, it's not that little. And then here, Talon, you can either be here or here and there. All you guys can be down in the basement with a patio and your own bathroom, big wide stairs. Bathroom. Mom's room. She would like the sitting room there. This goes out on the deck, which is a little rickety, but it'll do. Nice kitchen, nice island. And then this over here. Oh, it did say it had a bar fridge. I just knew our property was out there. I could feel it. I would ask, is it possible that we could find a place? Are we gonna find a place? Like, I looked at so many properties and they just weren't right for us. Is there one out there for us? I just knew it would come along, and it does, soon. It would. We took a break a little bit. We always take a little breather just to gather our strength up, our courage and our bravery, and set forth and keep looking. We were having fun. It was really fun to go out with my dad and like look at these properties and talk about property and like why this wasn't work, what I like about the place or the barn or whatever. We had a lot of fun. I do miss that. So thank you to all of you, my rock star friends. for coming along with us on this huge endeavor that some people told us why, or asked us why. Why would you want to do that now? Why not? Let's go. We have always wanted a place. For one, I have always wanted this place. A place to call home for a very long time, where our family could hang out and grow and just enjoy the world and life and the earth and just peace. It's perfect. Soon, I will show you all about it. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy every moment that you have with your loved ones and your friends, your family, and your best friends. All of them. See you soon.
Good boy. Go get your carrot. Look. Good boy.